Are you ready to get more than results from your marketing? It's time to start driving outcomes. To illustrate this shift from results to outcomes, let's start with a story. Meet Ned. Ned is the marketing director at Sophie's Super Software. His company provides management software for mid-sized construction companies. His website got a good amount of traffic and a pretty low bounce rate. His click-through rates across his campaigns were consistently higher than the industry average. He had good booth traffic at industry trade shows. Overall, he was pretty happy with his marketing results. But then Ned attended a marketing conference. He learned about the revenue growth other marketers were driving for their companies. What was Ned missing? Why wasn't he driving revenue? Ned realized he'd been so focused on marketing metrics, he'd missed the point of marketing. He wasn't delivering outcomes. Every year, his company booth traffic strategy was the same. His display and Facebook campaigns had good results in the form of clicks and impressions. Ned had great results, but none of it was driving revenue. Ned thought to himself, obviously, impressive results don't equal increased revenue. He needed to align his marketing efforts to what actually drives sales. Ned decided to work backwards from the point of sale to uncover where his marketing was falling short. First, he asked himself, what is the typical sale process? He realized a sale was preceded by a demo of Sophie's software. So if a demo was as close as he could get to the sale, how could he generate more demos? To generate leads for demos, Ned could drive phone calls or form submissions. His sales team tended to convert better with forms because they weren't always available to answer the phone. So how could he get more form submissions? The answer was to get his product in front of the right prospects. So his next question was, how do I reach the right prospects? And his final question was, how can I align my campaigns to my outcome of forms? Ned realized that it all came down to two questions. 1. How could he make sure he was reaching the right people? And 2. How could he align his campaigns to the desired outcome of forms? Those two questions were the keys to changing his marketing. So how was he going to solve the puzzles of better targeting and more form submissions? Ned knew the answer to his first question. In order to reach a more targeted audience, Ned needed better data. The answer to his second question was to structure his marketing to drive form submissions for demos. With a more targeted audience and more form submissions sent to sales, Ned knew revenue should increase. So he began to expose areas within his marketing that strayed from the outcomes he knew would increase revenue. His display ads produced a lot of clicks and impressions, but not many prospects took action after the fact. Facebook produced more conversions, but few of those actually turned into demos. At trade shows, they always had great booth traffic and anecdotes about promising conversations, but after the show, follow-up was lacking and there was no way to measure demos generated. First, Ned tackled his display campaign. In order for his campaign to drive the outcome, he needed targeting and nurturing. Using Randall-Reilly's EDA, he compiled a list of construction companies ideal for Sophie's software. He used that list for a display campaign. The ads led to a landing page with a short video demo. After watching the video, prospects could either submit a form asking for more information or a form to request a demo. Either way, Ned was aligning to his outcome of form submissions. The form submissions were routed as leads to the sales team to get the demo scheduled. Ned was finally aligned to outcomes that drove revenue. Moving on to Facebook, Ned used the same list of potential customers from Randall-Reilly's EDA, and he used the demo video as his Facebook ad. The video generated a lot of views, but failed to generate form submissions. So he decided to do something different. He used the lead ad feature to collect information. His form submissions increased dramatically. Now on to trade shows. How could Ned use trade shows to generate form submissions for demos? Con Expo was coming up and Ned thought about how to apply his targeted outcome-based strategy to the event. Booth traffic alone was not enough. To get the right people to his booth, he targeted past attendees through a display campaign. He decided to focus on building a list to target after the show. That meant collecting business cards and scanning badges. Rather than have the cards handed off to the sales team, Ned used collected data to target prospects online. He could then reuse his proven display and Facebook techniques for driving form submissions. By changing his approach and using data to target, Ned aligned his marketing to the outcomes that drove revenue. Mistaking campaign performance for true outcomes that drive revenue is a common mistake. It's easy to get into the mindset of nitpicking metrics and missing the points. Ask yourself 3 questions. What is the typical sale process? It's important to understand the optimal method of contact for your sales team. What is the final touch point before someone buys from you? You want to get as close to the point of close as possible. How do I align my campaigns to the outcome that drives revenue? Discover your outcome to drive revenue. We'd love to help you get started. Learn more at Randall-Reilly.com. Thanks for watching.